You in?
I'm in. It's lit. But I'm not in.
All right.
It says live in 10. Thank you.
We on?
Yo. Christopher Ingram's always the first one. Shout out Christopher Ingram.
Shout out Christopher Ingram's. He number 2 today. My man Jimmy Noel got him.
That was good, Jimmy. Was good.
Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Yeah.
What's good, people?
Yeah.
What's good? For the people that asked, I just put a link to the theme music that you're hearing right now in the chat. So if you want to download it, you can go there. Follow the link.
Follow the links.
And it's also on the actual Urban X website.
It's on the website.
UrbanX.NYC. So if you want it, go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's something you could bump in the whip right there. Facts. And every time I listen, I hear like a new piece of the song.
Yeah, we have the best theme music.
Facts. Our shit is like Shaft. You know what I'm saying?
We definitely.
You remember Richard Roundtree? Who is the man? Shaft, you damn right.
We have the best theme music, you know what I'm saying?
That Dotson is a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Shout out to that dude.
I'm only talking about Dotson.
My name is Malcolm.
Yeah, your name is whatever the hell I call you, okay? Let's get free. Appreciate it.
You want the shirt?
Oh, let me get that shirt. Stay tuned.
Listen, we about to. I don't want to say too much, but we about to do it.
Not Malcolm snitching.
Nah.
Usually I'm the one. Dad, every time we got something planned.
No.
You gotta destroy it.
Yo, we were literally before we start like, yo, we're not gonna talk about this. All right, no problem. We're not gonna talk about it because I don't want to talk. I don't want to give too much away anyway. Then as soon as the lights come on, you talk about it.
I'm 50, dude. My memory is going.
Like, fam.
I do that on Eli's show all the time. He just be like, bro. And I play on that. I'm like, dude, that might be your cerebral palsy. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I play on all that shit. You know. But listen, once again, we are happy you are here with us.
We appreciate your time.
We really, really appreciate
your time, for real.
Your time here with us for this short period of time, and we want to make sure we disseminate some information.
Exactly.
Have a little fun, show a little bonding. Just kind of make some things happen.
That's a fact. And shout out to all the listeners. Our listenership has grown a lot.
On podcasts.
Grown a lot.
Yeah, we're doing big things.
Actually exceeded my goal.
Oh, okay.
So I want to keep that going. We appreciate everybody that's listening, whatever platform you're listening on. We appreciate it for real.
Wave alert.
They coming in. They coming soon. Like, it's a little ripple. It's nothing. All right, whatever.
Wave alert.
They cut like.
Maybe a ripple.
Nothing?
Maybe.
Nothing.
Maybe. You gotta go to prison to come home.
I've been working hard. I've been working hard.
Yeah, you're getting it. Thank you for all the support. That intro song is work. Facts.
Karina, I put the if you scroll up, I put the link to it in the chat. So
Right, it's in there for you.
I'll do it one more time.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again. Keep that on rotation. You know.
Matter of fact,
Sure.
yeah,
Sure. Do it on my phone. Sure.
So how's your week?
Week was good. You still doing the 4:30
I'm
challenge?
still doing it.
Not to outdo you, me and wifey have been getting up on the Deepak Chopra 21-day meditation challenge.
Okay.
Okay.
How's that
It's day 4. We barely made it today. We barely.
been? So that includes the weekends as well?
It was 21 days straight. We are gonna get up. We in the middle of the floor.
My friend actually wanted to know about your meditation practices.
My meditation practices used to be better than they are now.
Okay, so
Because life has kicked in, and then I'm lazy, and I'm elderly, I'm sick, I'm all of that shit. So I don't really get it in the way I used to. But meditation, in my humble opinion, is not about. Thank you for all the support, Jimmy. No, all right.
Oh, Jimmy, we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
Jimmy, I got you, bro.
Okay,
we're
yeah,
gonna,
question.
We're gonna get to that.
Beautiful.
We're gonna get to that.
So it's more about stilling yourself and trying to not listen to anything, which is weird because you might hear something going on in the background and it breaks your focus. So it's really about quieting yourself, and it really sets the standard for your day. So breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth creates a circular pattern of breathing. Now, there are some intricate hold your breath or 9 breaths a second. I've tried a number of them.
9 breaths? You mean a minute?
Yeah, 9 breaths a minute. I'm sorry, 9 breaths a minute. I've tried a number of them and had greater effects, all depending on which one you focus on. But 5 minutes of meditation can seem like a half an hour at times, and you look up and only 7 minutes went by. Deepak Chopra is pretty good.
He wrote the 4 Agreements, right?
No, I don't think he-
that was he wrote.
He wrote a couple of books.
Yeah, he wrote the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, I believe.
Okay. I'm not gonna quote that because Malcolm be lying.
I'm pretty sure.
But he's very good because he gives you a mantra. Whenever things are going wrong, just remember the mantra. Meet not jigbock, and it helps with the process. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there with my wife, and we're bonding. And then I just rolled over and started giving her the business right out of the goddamn meditation. Nah, I'm only kidding. Wife is looking at me like, oh God. No, serious. We don't have that kind of relationship. My wife sends me pictures of sandwiches. Like, you like that? Huh? You fucking like that shit? Like, that shit is amazing. I can't wait till I get home to tear that shit up. So we have a different kind of relationship. I love
It's hard for me to meditate because, like, I feel like my mind goes everywhere. Like I could be thinking like toothbrush, doorknob.
Yeah, but that's the way meditation works.
Yeah. It just goes everywhere.
But it's funny when you get into it about the 3rd or 4th day.
Yeah.
You begin to narrow it down because your mind will be all of. Did I lock the door? Damn, I wonder what was going on. Why would that kid say that to me in 2nd grade?
Yeah.
And that's the mind just kind of filtering itself out. But the mastery of the mind, even for a few minutes, puts us in a better position. And when you started at the beginning of your day, it does charge you up. So for young people out there, or just people in general, try it. You know what I mean? Then your back itch and there's something feel you be like, nah. Then you did I open my eye? Do I have to start this shit over? Did I default goddamn meditation and shit? You know, you'll start having all of these different emotions and shit, right? Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's you with one with the universe, because the damn cat started licking my arm and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? You know, so it really gets weird. But he has this music, this very soothing music that goes along with it. For all of you Oprah fans, y'all know what I'm talking about. She do this shit all the time. And I'm bonding with my wife, so I'm up. And I hate getting up. She like, it's time to get up. I'm like, man, fuck that. You go in there and start the meditation. I'll come in on the end of that shit. So we in day 4, and we working it out. You know what I'm saying? If you start seeing a glow on me next week, and I'm shining, and I'm speaking differently, that means the meditation is working. How was your week?
My week was good. It's productive.
Productive.
Yeah, that's been my word.
Productive.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
He's been getting on me for trying to have things structured.
but listen, Virgos are very structured. Very, I got to do this that way. You know, especially September Virgos. I don't know too much about y'all, but
Now you said tripping.
no, I'm just saying, right? But I'm telling you, as a young entrepreneur, it don't work that way. You know what I mean? You have to kind of be all over the place. Your hours have to be weird hours in the morning, just because you can't. When you structure, then you can pretty much do the mathematics on when you're gonna reach your goal because it's formulated. But when you just wake up and just do it, because time, the 24 hours we have, we really can accomplish a lot if we try. You know what I mean? So try to come out of your comfort zone as Malcolm. That's why I gave you the moniker Dotson. Dotson is supposed to be your alter ego, in which who would do things that Malcolm would not do.
Okay.
Right? Malcolm is a little bit more structured, and Dotson should be like, man, fuck that shit, man. Listen, this is the way this shit gonna pop. Because again, if we do the same things, we keep reliving the same experiences and wondering why we're not getting ahead.
Right.
So it works for me. You know, I'm a number of people, and I'm like in that movie Split. You know, I'm liable to be anybody. Eli, but like, Dad, you say that was Mary. Who the fuck is Mary, Dad? It was Mary. It wasn't me. Especially if I promised to do some shit for you. Or I owe Eli money. I don't owe you a goddamn thing. Charlie owe you money. And when Charlie come back out this bitch, we're going to have a discussion with Charlie about your money. But anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for all the beautiful donations that come through to help
We appreciate this.
help us what we do.
Didn't you have something you said you wanted to talk about at the top of the show?
Yes, I want to go on a rant. Small rant, not
Okay.
nothing really crazy.
Okay.
I want to ask a question to people out in the chat. And you know the question, you've heard it as a kid. If a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody around to hear it, does it make a sound? Not that. What are you talking about? I'm obviously not talking about an actual tree. If you are a dope recording artist and nobody hears you, are you a dope recording artist? If you are a dope poet, dope poetry, and nobody gets an opportunity to hear your work, are you a dope poet? And I only say that because a lot of times we have this thing about freeing ourselves from everything around us, and everything around us is bounded to who we are. And what I mean by that is you are listening to us on an iPhone or a smartphone or your TV. We don't own that. We don't own these microphones, these computers. We don't own any of this shit. Only thing we own, if we're lucky, is our intellectual property. Right? But the intellectual property itself, if it's not made manifest through these particular devices, it doesn't exist. It only exists in your mind. So stop putting yourself in a situation to think you're free, because that's an illusion. You know what I mean? You on the motherfucking grid like everybody else. Unless you are in the wilderness telepathically getting this message from us. Right? So I say all of that to say, because we talked about Vlad TV and World Star last week as being, are these negative? And my thing is, they're vehicles. And if you're in a vehicle, you can crash the vehicle by putting up negative shit, degrading the culture, or you can steer your vehicle clear of that, right? So Vlad TV is a vehicle. If you don't go on there snitching on yourself, then it is a vehicle that can bring light to your intellectual property, or you can get your agenda across. The same thing with World Star, all right? We make a big deal. World Star chooses to have accidents along the road in the vehicle. Right. Don't you hate when you're in traffic for an hour and then you get up there and it's nothing going on but a fucking accident and everybody's rubbernecking and shit, and you could have been where you wanted to fucking be?
Or you wind up doing it too.
Yeah, you wind up doing it too, because you know why? We like seeing crashes. Yeah. So you want to know why the internet for dirty, grimy shit? Because we are in a vehicle and we like looking over at crashes. Now, World Star has an easy pass lane And that is if you put up ratchet shit, you can choo, choo, choo. But if you putting up something positive, I had to pay to put up my video, $675, which means I was in the local lane. I had to stop, pay, so I can use their vehicle to put something up. Just was a little bit positive. So that's just the way the universe works as well. All right? And I'm saying all this to say, because Thanksgiving is coming. And you know how the super conscious people gonna be, right? Them motherfuckers gonna be on their shit. I don't celebrate that shit. And that's cool. If you don't, let that be your choice. But you don't have to get on Facebook and down other people because they have not reached your level of understanding. And at the end of the day, I know this is gonna really fuck you up. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit that you didn't show up to Thanksgiving dinner. They don't, not even your boys. You tell your boys, yo, you coming to Thanksgiving dinner? I don't celebrate that shit. Niggas be like, all right, man, see you when I see you. Meanwhile, Thanksgiving, before I let go, music is playing, you know, nobody gonna miss you. So do what you have to do for you. If you don't show up at Thanksgiving, does anybody miss you? If the tree falls in the forest, it's the same fucking concept, right? Now, that's your choice. If you don't want to go see your Aunt May, who you ain't seen all year, right? Because my aunt be like, hey, anybody seen Dwayne? What they calling himself now? Black God, black something. This black dot, grandma. Oh, well, that's okay. And tell him I said hi. Nobody gonna give a shit. And then Friday, when you come out of that shit and poking your chest out because you was better than everybody else because of Indians and shit and all that old stupid shit, you gonna get back on the train and go to work, and 95% of the people on the train ain't gonna give a shit. So get in your mood, do what you have to do for you, but do not let this so-called, because I'm trying to break all the rules. Is there a conscious handbook? I'm trying to break all the conscious handbook fucking rules.
I wrote an article like last year.
I'm trying to break all of them fuckers. I want them to tell me, we the delegation here at the conscious community, we trade Black Knot in for Kanye West, who's now back into the Black conscious community. I'm with all that shit because I noticed as I got older. Now, because I was me too, poke my chest out, I'd be home by myself and shit. Fuck them people at Thanksgiving and shit. I'm proving a point. And the universe could be like, nigga, whatever. And then I realized I was still conscious and still aware the next day. I didn't lose any of my conscious spiritual powers. I didn't lose any of that shit, but I lost an opportunity to go hang with my cousins and shit. Because we going to be tossing it up in this motherfucker. I'll tell you that shit now. So, just wanted to ask that question, right? If a tree falls in the forest, if there's nobody around here, it doesn't make sense. If you are a dope artist and you do not take advantage of everything you see around you to heighten your spiritual, you know what I'm saying, powers so that you may reach more people, are you a dope artist? If you don't show up for Thanksgiving, does your Aunt May give a fuck? You know what I mean? So that was just my short rant. Just wanted to, get some things out there.
All right.
Thank you for the support. Thanks for everything. Is this one of those African names? Jalapeno?
This is Joe for the Pro.
Joe for the Pro.
Joe for the Pro. Shout out to you.
Shout out. I know I just butchered your name.
Yeah, I think I destroyed that.
I need my glasses too.
All right, well, let's get
so
into it.
let's get into this and see what we got going on here.
All right. So, biggest news was the Pittsburgh shooting of the synagogue.
The Pittsburgh shooting of the synagogue.
Did you hear about this?
Absolutely. There was no way to avoid it. He has what's his name? The guy who did the shooting?
The man is Robert Bowers.
Robert Bowers.
You know, that's
almost sound like Bowser.
When I was in school, that's how they used to.
That's how they used to pronounce my name. Dwayne
yeah.
Bowers.
Yeah.
Bowers. Yeah. So so when I heard the name, yes, I heard about it.
Yeah, it killed 11 people. Before he went in to sin, before he started shooting, he yelled, "All Jews must die," something like that.
Okay, so now we have a continuing narrative going.
Yeah, because the week before that, wasn't it in Kentucky? I think the guy said
at Kruger, we only kill white people.
Whites don't kill whites.
Whites don't kill whites.
So it's like,
and then Kaiser Sosa, what's his name? Caesar Sayoc.
Yes.
The bomber.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
nigga name sound like Kaiser Sosa. And I juxtaposed the letters on the nigga last name and it should say Sosa. Just a weird thing. So Kaiser Sosa
From the what's that
from
movie?
from the Usual Suspects.
Right.
Or Caesar Sayak. Kaiser Caesar Sayak. He also
It's a little reach, not all the way though.
no, it's not a long reach.
It's not a long one. Okay.
Juxtapose the letters of his last name Sayak and you will get Sosa.
Okay.
Okay, so and that was a mysterious character who you thought wasn't involved but was involved. Long story short. But this guy Sayak, I believe, also used to work at a strip club with Stormy Daniels. Okay, so now I don't know if it's fake news, but this is what they're reporting now. I'm going to show you how this thing all ties in.
Okay.
So the Kruger killer who killed 2 innocent black people was saying whites don't kill whites. Caesar Sayak whole theory was everything Trump, kill everybody who's not rocking with Trump. They say he hated gays, he hated, a whole bunch of black people, this, that. And now we top it off with the Pittsburgh shooting in which all Jews must go. So now we're beginning to get one story being told when we kind of put the pieces together. Not shout out, but respect goes out to all of those who lost their life. Because in the grand scheme of humanity, you don't want nobody to be praying to their God or whoever they praying to, and they have to deal with, And I only say that because we make fun of everybody on this show. We have fun. But certain things just are a testament to what we're all facing in this country now. Everything has been heightened, in my humble opinion. You know what I mean? And then Trump gonna say if they had guns in the synagogue, they wouldn't have that problem. If that's not the most insensitive
that was
shit to say,
I was like, whoa.
You know what I mean? And sometimes I think he needs to think before he talks.
Yeah, I think it's impossible for him.
It's impossible because you don't say that. And when we have to start having guns in the church, it's a wrap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just felt. Initially I felt the same way you felt, right? And then afterwards, and I seen the storm from the media, right? I didn't like how they were using this to flip into, I need to go out and vote because more or less stuff is like this is going to happen if Trump he has 2 years left.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I just thought that was whack.
But remember, anything you're watching in the media, you have to have a heightened sense of understanding because it's all propaganda.
Yeah.
And they will flip a story to make it seem like this is the reason you need to go out and vote, as if this shit wasn't happening before Trump was the president. You know what I mean? I'm very practical in my understanding. If you tell, again, if you want to know about the unknown, you study the known. These things have always been happening in this country. Now, are we at a time where maybe Trump has triggered a few more people to be bold? Of course. But that goes back to when I explained to you that they put Obama in place so that those people had to suppress for 8 years, and now they're releasing.
When Obama was in office, remember, he was like the most threatened president ever
in history because now think about that. How does a man become the most threatened president? How the fuck did he become the president? Right. So don't tell me about mind control, and mind control is not real, and we're dealing with a selection process. Because that makes no logical sense. Yeah. These people, all black people, if every black person voted, we wouldn't have enough votes to put Obama in office. It's impossible. It's 45 million black people, 400 million white people in this country, right? So that means that they had to have an agreement that this man is now the future of our country. And in order to get that many people to agree to it, and then flip the script as soon as he becomes the president, is MK Ultra. It's no other way around that process. Now, I tell people this all the time. Choice is an illusion between those with power and those without. We saw the Merovingian in the Matrix movie explain that shit to Neo. Now, that means on a grand scale, your vote means nothing. You think it does, but they're just looking for your spiritual participation. They already know who they want to be the president. So you go out and you think that you participated in that process. They give you Obama. They wanted to give you Obama to begin with. So now you feel great. Then as soon as Obama get in, you shake that shit off. And now you go, it's a fucking nigga in the White House. How the fuck did that happen? You see what I'm saying? So it's, people shake it off. And then for 8 years, you're boiling. Because a nigga and his nigga wife, a beautiful black lady with cocoa butter skin and all of that old kind of...
through the TV.
Smell that shit through the TV. You knew she had a... You knew if you said something slick, she would pull her fucking ponytail back and get to work on your ass, right? Beautiful children, a dog. He kept himself clean, right? The more clean and proper he was, the more they hated his ass. You know what I mean? So you boiled for 8 years, and then I told you again, they dangled a woman in front of you next.
Yeah.
Oh, she could be next. And you lost it, and mind control kicked in, and Trump stepped in with a narrative of saying what most people in white America was thinking. That's all.
Yeah.
He just said, like, yo, these Mexicans, man, they fucking up. We just gonna build a wall.
Yeah.
And they got rapists and murderers, and he's telling the truth to a certain degree. Not the Mexican people, but with any people that you let into the country, right?
Yeah. If
you heard, what's his name? Tony Montana.
Yeah,
I'm a political refugee from Cuba, right?
Yeah.
But this nigga was a fucking gangster. Yeah. So with any people, you let them Haitians in, them motherfuckers ain't no joke. A small portion of them. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is trying to get into the country to find a better way of life and live, but Trump's flipped that shit to make it seem like they was all rapists, they all killers, we can't let these people in. And white people think like that. They really do. They like, I can't let this, because they feel that their life is being threatened. They like to walk down the street and feel like they own shit, and they don't.
How do you think, going back to the situation, how do you think, this is from Jimmy, how do you think the Jewish community is going to handle this quote-unquote rise of anti-Semitism?
They're going to do what they normally do, and that's they're going to use the media, which they own, right? To make sure that you never forget, because I believe a Holocaust survivor died.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, one of them was a Holocaust survivor. And see, that's how they reintroduced the word Holocaust into the timeline, into your thought stream. I'm like, when will the last of the goddamn Holocaust survivors goddamn die? That's all I'm saying, because they keep finding these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it makes you understand it was only 50 or 60 years ago, in the 40s or whatever the case may be, and they would be in their 90s, because I think this guy was 90-something years old, and this and that.
This caused like a huge, it was like politicians from like Israel come in.
Absolutely, because they don't play that shit.
Yeah.
I wish black people operated like that.
No,
you know what I mean?
We forgave them on the roof.
Nah, we'll forgive you. You can kill all of us.
Yeah.
We just forgive them. God said forgive. And that whole forgiving mechanism is how white people were able for 400 years to do the shit that they've been doing.
Yeah.
Because all they want you to do is forgive. So we whip you, murder you, torture you, castrate you, beat you, hang you, and we are forgiving because we're waiting to get into heaven so that we can have our paradise and they can have their paradise now. That, again, is a form of mind control that has been deeply embedded in our people. Yeah. Deeply. You know what I'm saying? So people forget. Martin Luther King had a policy of love. And I think people misunderstood what that shit meant.
I thought he was soft.
Right.
When I learned about him, I thought he was soft.
Me too. That's why you're named Malcolm and not Malcolm. Now, with that being said, understanding it as an elder now, right? Our vibration is not hate. Their vibration is hate. I can't beat you on your vibration, right? Because these people will kill themselves, right? He was saying, love don't mean if you coming through my front door, I won't pop your fucking top. Because I love my family. But don't engage in hate, right? Because all is mental. When we engage in hate the way they're engaging in hate, we lose our foundation.
And you feel it's weird because when if somebody's talking about you and you ignore them, you feel more powerful.
Absolutely.
You feel more like these peons. Like
I told you, when Jay-Z for years would not mention nobody's name. Nobody. Everybody kept throwing shots at him. To me, it was empowering him more.
Yeah.
And then he came out with the takeover and addressed Prodigy, Nas, some other shit.
Yeah.
And then it opened up the floodgates because now you have lowered your vibration down to where we at, and now all bets is off.
It happened with Drake.
It happened with Drake. Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you have to understand how energy works. So when our elders who have been programmed to think love and forgiveness, that's a natural instinct of our people, but there has to be an asterisk to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Where self-preservation and love for my people will not allow you to come into my house and violate my wife. I'm sorry. I love them more than I love you.
Right.
And I'll pop your top. You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, like, on the heels of that, Don Lemon from CNN, I forgot who he was talking to, but he said something we've all known, right? But he said that white men are the biggest domestic terrorist threat in this country.
Said by somebody who's being sodomized by a white man every night. But go ahead, continue.
I didn't want to go there.
Well,
I was
it's
trying
true.
to get-
I saw him walking
I was gonna give
with
him
his
his props.
white husband, right? And I'm saying, when you say this, what kind of pillow talk are you fucking having? You know, to all of these people in these mixed marriages, be in a mixed marriage. But then when you start trying to get militant with your mixed marriage shit and go pro-black, what the fuck kind of conversation is that? You laying next to a white man who's violating you. Ugh. I wish he would bring me on his show. I would be like, yo, Don Lemon, man, you really? Ugh. Right? But my point is, so how do I... He's speaking truth, but it's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
You laying next to a white man who systematically is empowering you. I bet he's the bottom. I bet he's the bottom.
I don't want to think about
Well,
that.
now psychologically, white men are in control. Yes, Don Lemon, in your family, in your household, a white man is in control. Pss, pss, pss. I'll be here all day. I got a lot of those. But you understand my point.
Yeah.
So back to what you.
But yeah,
were
a lot of people were angry, but like little statistics show, like for every like one domestic violent act a black person does, it's like 8 more that happen with white people.
Okay, but but the numbers alone, you got to look at the numbers.
Okay.
Just the vast amount of white people.
I even think besides the numbers, like we don't. First of all, when black people do stuff like that, they don't allow them to get that far. If that makes sense.
Oh no, explain to me.
So like,
I don't want to misunderstand. What
like
you're
a white person, like a black dude, wouldn't be able to get guns out to a hotel and
Oh, right.
and
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? They don't allow
Absolutely.
them to get that far. If that makes sense.
Right, absolutely. Go back to sipping my juice in the hood. Don't be a menace while
Yeah.
sipping and the white guy was the one doing all the
Yeah.
damage, and they would hurry up and buy. It was
Yeah.
following the black people around, and they was making fun of something,
Yeah.
but it was showing you how a white man has access to anywhere he or she wants to go.
And I'm not gonna lie,
Right.
when I hear a crazy story, like, I immediately assume that the person's white.
Yeah.
Except for I remember I think I was kind of young when the DC sniper thing was
Yeah,
happening.
right. And we swore it was a white thing. We said, that's definitely some white boy
Yeah.
shit. And we was like, oh shit, brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I understood. But remember, they have access. They all feel that they're above reproach in the law. So it's easier for them to get in places. And, and then remember, there are factions in this country. There's the patriotism of white people. There are patriot groups who are not against black people.
Right.
They're just against the government.
Yeah.
And they know what the government is doing, and we're not giving up our guns, and we're teaching our babies to fire. Now, we will fire on you niggas, because you niggas is ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what's going on, but this ain't about you. It's sort of like when we went to Vietnam, and the Chinese saying, black man, like, the fuck are you doing here? Like, get out of here. This is not your war, which was epitomized by Muhammad Ali, who said that them cons, they never did nothing to me. Like, why am I going to fight them? So that's just the way the system works. White people do more a white-collar crime in this country and the whole 9 yards. And even when we know you're a criminal, what's the dude who they kill him in jail? The mobster, Black Mass.
Yeah.
right? This nigga was a snitch and working for the government, and the government was letting him continue to kill people as long as he turned other people in. Bugsley or Bugler.
Yeah, I watched the it's a documentary
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Netflix
you know who I'm talking about.
called Inside the American Mob.
Yeah, I heard they tried to gouge his eyeballs out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
different.
Yeah. So for years he was on the run, and he finally got busted. Bugley, something.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about out there in the chat. So privilege, you know what I mean? They feel. Look how they walk down the street every day, and especially in Midtown.
I be driving.
They just don't give a
green light.
fuck.
They just gonna walk on the street. I'm like, fam.
Because they saying we run this shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And that's embedded in them. And look how their children talk to them. So there is no recourse even for a 7-year-old. So they grow up feeling entitled and they should have this. And we can get guns anywhere we need to get them and kill people. And everybody taken in alive.
Oh yeah.
Everybody. Me with no gun shot dead in the street. You see what I'm saying? And that's a testament to the fear of black people too. I will say that.
The dude Robert Bowers in Pittsburgh, he shot 2 cops, I think.
And he shot 2 cops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was letting off, and they took him in alive. They will not take a black man in alive, and a lot of it is their hatred for you, but also their fear. Because when we let off, we don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? The Khan, I keep going back to Vietnam. They said they knew who was shooting at them by the manner in which the shots was coming. Wow. Black people don't give a, I'm here. Fuck it. Let's get this shit on and popping. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's interesting. And white privilege is being challenged every day in this country. You know what I'm saying? You have the white women who are trying to take down the white men. You have black people on the rise, just doing better in their own lives. And they know that their whole shit is shrinking because you can't keep that shit up forever.
See, my friend, she posed a question earlier this week, like, how do you know where to fight? Because, and this is, my response was, you kind of don't know, because every time, throughout history, every time we think we have a beat on something, like, okay, we need to militarize, and then the cops, the government, they
counteract that.
They counteract that, and then you think it's real estate. We need to get into this business. They kind of make sure you don't. It's gatekeepers everywhere, and then like the banks are hiding even the government. You know what I'm saying? It's so ingrained in this country. Right. That's like you don't know who you're fighting.
And you know who the fight is. The fight is with you. I don't mean to get philosophical. I've been listening to Deepak Chopra all week and shit. So now I want to impart some shit. But my whole thing is, I can't control any of that. If you out there in the chat room, all I can control is a small area of 4 or 5 family members, and I can't even control that where you empower yourself. You know what I mean? Because the minute you say to me, all we need, if everybody just, I'm tuned out of your conversation. The minute you say, sorry guys, I got a haircut and he forgot to cut this, and I'm old, and this one motherfucker want to come out to the lecture and shit, right? I just,
Don't touch me. Don't touch.
All right, so you understand my point? So what was my point again? Because
you're talking about if somebody
the minute you say to me, we all just need to. I tune your whole fucking conversation out because we all ain't gonna do shit, right? 10 of us can't agree on who we gonna vote for. The 5 of us in this house can't agree on what the fuck we gonna eat right after this show. So the minute you start saying, oh, we just all, so there is no all. You have to affect your universe. That's it. That's all you, because that's where your power truly lies, right? The minute I start trying to say, especially these people, I'm fighting the system. No, you not, nigga. You know how vast the matrix is,
right,
my nigga?
Like, it's so ingrained in
you
everything we do.
You a fucking speck. So when you don't go to Thanksgiving dinner and you think that you have put a dent in the matrix, you fucking delusional. I don't give a fuck how you look at it. Do that for you, so I'm not knocking it, but because you want to affect, but do not think you taking down this system like that. However, remember, when everybody is on their job fighting their fight, collectively the fight is being fought. You know what I'm saying? Without getting into, we're going to all gather here and a whole bunch of people thinking the same way, and we're going to affect. That's not how this works.
You know what's a perfect example? There are, and you know them out there, there are probably 10 different YouTube channels who are in the conscious community who all believe that the black man is God, but they completely disagree on everything else.
Point blank. It's a great analogy. So we can't agree on nothing else. We can agree, we the gods, right? But we can't agree on nothing else. So everybody has to kind of move in their own accord. You know what I mean? And fight your fight. You know, me and you talked about that. I love all the books that you're reading, but a lot of them are exoteric books about, you know, finance and this and that. The library I bestowed on you is esoteric. All of it, so that you understand that there's a fight within you and there's a fight outside of you, and we have to kind of balance and find that medium where I can empower myself no matter. Racism ain't going nowhere. No time soon. I already told y'all this. Y'all can shoot the message. I don't give a fuck. Because there's no statistical data that tells me anything different. I'm only processing information.
Right.
Now, but in spite of that, I can still open up a small business. I can still get my daughter off to college. You may still put that album out you was trying to do. You may still, in spite of all that, you may go to work and know your boss is a flat out racist, but you turn around and look at your chess game and what you're attempting to do for your family, and you still win, right? But if you think you just gonna and knock racism out of the ballpark and you running around the bases and shit, that shit.
I told you my theory. I think it's if this whole planet was black, I think people would still fight something.
Because the universe is positive and negative. That's one of the 7 universal principles.
There were wars in Africa long before black people got there.
So please miss me with we all just gonna be in utopia, and that's just not the way the universe operates, right? Mm-hmm. So everything I do ain't positive. I'll be on some ratchet shit.
We about to talk about some ratchet shit.
Oh, okay, I'll be on some ratchet shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Fuck. You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So last Friday was the sentencing for Tekashi 6ix9ine because he had I think a sexual misconduct case from back from 2015.
I believe with a 15-year-old girl at the time. Yeah.
Yes. So the maximum time was 3 years that he could have got, but he didn't get any jail time. He got 4 years probation. Okay. And then some of the stipulations of the probation is like he can't rap about Treyway, the gang he's in. He can't associate with gang members, and he has to be an upstanding citizen.
So his life is over.
And you know what I think it was too, but I think they because if you remember, like a month ago, the feds raided his house while he wasn't in it.
Oh, okay.
So I think they're only keeping him out of jail so the feds can get him.
Could very possibly be.
That's what I think.
Could very possibly, because first of all, he only has a 9-word vocabulary. Right. And 4 of those words he's yelling. Right. So if you remove those 9 words, Treyway, is that, and then he got to be an upstanding citizen? Yeah. Really? He's got to help old ladies across the street and shit. And
then you know what's crazy? So now so think about it. Now all the rappers he trolled on his climb
are coming to get him.
Now they're coming to get you.
They're coming to get him because they know
you're vulnerable
now, and that's the way that works. Yep. Right, so let's keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I thought that was.
No, that's very interesting. Yeah. And again, a lot of times, remember, they play chess. They know they got some shit coming on you because they want to take down your whole operation. Yep. Right? Mm-hmm. So they don't want to just take you down and then everybody fall back and now I get an opportunity to clean my shit up. No, let his ass run out there and let's fuck with him. Let's play a mind game on him.
His bodyguard got shot.
His bodyguard got shot the same day.
Same day, yeah.
Because they was out celebrating being good fucking Samaritans. You can't write this shit. You really can't write this shit. You know what I mean? We out celebrating, being good. Pow, pow, pow. That's right. You know what I'm saying? We good Samaritans. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
So that's some sick shit. And again, they might just be playing a mind game. You know what? Let's play a vocabulary game on them. Don't let them say these words and see what happens. You know what I mean? But I mean, and side note, if he violated that girl, he should go to jail.
Right, no,
right. So I want to be clear on that. I'm not saying woohoo, he out of jail.
1,000%. Yeah.
If he violated her, then he needs to have consequences. If he didn't, and you know, so it goes both ways. So just kind of being clear on that. You know what I mean?
America is like the only place that will destroy you if you have a sexual assault misconduct allegation, but he actually pled guilty to that in 2015, and then he's not going to jail.
So that lets you know that there's some other agenda going on, right? Bill Cosby didn't plead guilty. His ass is in jail for some shit that happened 30 years ago.
Thanks.
Right? This nigga plead guilty to the shit. We just gonna remove a couple of words from your vocabulary and send you back on the street and tell you to be a good Samaritan.
And wait for you to get...
Wait for the big case to drop, right? So, you know, these feds are very... they're very devious in the way they operate and do things. But, you know, and I'm not a big Tekashi fan, but I am a fan of trying to be in tune with young people. I keep telling y'all this all the time. Whatever they into, you need to kind of just pay attention so that you may diagnose what your own children are into. If you don't know the shit your children are into, then, you know, you're doing a bad job on the parenting skills. Just want to say that shit. You know what I mean? So, don't mean you have to agree with it.
Right.
Right? My mother didn't know what the fuck hip-hop was and why are you doing this shit. And why? Because I had to make pause tapes and shit. Man. And why you keep playing the record back and hitting the fucking pause button and getting that one little skip beat. Why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Didn't make sense. You know what I mean? But here it is, a multi-billion-dollar industry later. You know what I'm saying? We have what we have. So there's always, I always speak about birth being violent in the sense of when something new is coming about, there's a troubling time with it. A new philosophy, new way people think. There are troubling times with that until it becomes the norm. So, you know, that just happens all the time.
All right.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X. Thank you, Darnelius Mays. Thank you so much.
It was somebody else that...
Yeah, it's a couple of people in there. You know,
sorry we missed you guys.
Yeah, my scroller wasn't scrolling. Don't ask me why, but
Your scroller wasn't scrolling.
That's why I think we should give Wifey a microphone. She refuses, you know, and we can have her chime in and do the secretarial duties around here.
So last month, right, this story didn't get a lot of press because I didn't hear about it until this week. This kid, his name is Danye Jones, right? He's the daughter of Melissa McKinney. She was a Ferguson activist, and he was found hung in his backyard.
I saw that. Our condolences out to his moms and his family.
Right.
I don't know all of the details. Do you have some more details on the situation?
Well, they don't. A lot of people.
I know the police are trying to dismiss it as something that
they were trying to see if it was suicide or not.
Right.
But again, we did a show like last month, and I named like 7 people
who got died in cars,
who got killed in cars and burned in cars who are Ferguson activists.
Absolutely.
So I think they're murder. I think they're systematically just picking these people off.
And he's from where?
He's from Missouri.
Okay,
his mother was a Ferguson activist.
Okay, so we understand that there's something going on out there, and I'm surprised that the Black Panther Party or whichever real organization that's got boots on the ground are not investigating this to a level, because that's more than an anomaly to me. The names you ran off tells me that this was not coincidental. There's no such thing as a coincidence on that level when we have that many people.
And then the ways they were found.
Like, and the way that they were found.
Shot in the stomach, burned in the car.
Like it was a signature. So this is a serial.
Like what?
Right. And now you're dealing with lynchings. And the lynching in 2018 is one of the most horrific archetypes for our people. Symbolic for our people. That really conjures up a whole nother set of emotions. Maybe not for this specific generation, but for our eldership. And, you know, and I still remember it. I'm 50, so I'm kind of, you know, in the 60s all the way up. So I understand the traumatic symbolism of such. And they don't forget. So they know if we do this, just speculating that this will conjure up and that our beliefs have never changed in this country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So brothers and sisters, be diligent while you out here. And I'm going to tell you, don't take no shit. And I'm not promoting violence. Don't sit around and wait for these people to body you. You know what I'm saying? Use your instincts and intuition. And if you sense that this shit is going to pop, you got to get proactive in protecting yourself and your family. Because if I'm out and some white drunk start, I'm gonna give them one opportunity, my nigga. All right, peace be upon you, and then I'm snatching your life because I can't sit around and hope that you don't snatch mine. You know, we are in those times now, but for black people, we've always been in those times. Let's be clear.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So people think this Trump situation is bad, but if it's sharpening your intuitiveness and putting you back on point so that you can recognize who this open enemy is, then how can that not be beneficial to us?
I thought that was the actual consensus when he got elected. I thought, all right, this is going to wake people up to know it's not sweet.
Because when Obama got elected,
we sleep at the wheel.
But what it did was, it was symbolic of where you could go in this country. Remember, this is a symbol literate country, and you also have to be symbol literate to understand a lot of it doesn't trickle down to your physical life, but to watch a black man and black woman ascend to the toppest, to the top office. Footages, as Cardi B said, I got the footages. You could just release the footages. And then we looked that shit up, and it was a real word. It's real bizarre shit. So symbolically, right, that's something that is supposed to empower you, but don't sit around and go, well, Obama, nigga. No, you got to then activate your ass and do something so that becomes something that sparked you. It's like the Million Man March. I was there, the original Million Man March, and it did inspire and spark communities and brothers, to go out and, you know what I mean? So the same thing with Trump.
Right.
Trump is sparking a different kind of, for the white boys to come on out and get bold and shit. But, so we have a weird dynamic going on in this country. So while I was inspired by Obama, I told you a tear came down my eyes.
I seen it.
Had a bottle of champagne.
I saw it.
But I didn't sit around and go.
What's the song you played?
Long Gone.
Al Green. Was it Al Green?
No, not it was Change Gonna Come. Sam Cooke. Right?
Yeah.
So I was in my emotions. I was in my feelings. I ain't gonna lie. I was in my feelings.
And he quoted Sam Cooke too in his
he was playing that the wordplay shit on us and shit. But at the end of the day, I woke out of that shit like, all right, nigga, I still gotta go to work.
Yeah.
I gotta do shit and get kids right and shit, right? So now you're seeing this Trump shit, inspire, because he's their hero. The ones who have been silent. He's their hero. But for us, if it puts you on point, because now, even me, when I go out into these restaurants now, I'm a little bit more aware of my surroundings, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. So, Thank you, Unify or Die. Absolutely.
Samuel Stevenson.
Yeah, appreciate it. So that's where we are with that. Should I hit this button? Because this could be you for $50 on the Patreon.
People have been inquiring about that as well.
But they ain't putting no bread up.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I get it. You're interested. Just send us the $50, and we will turn you into a star. Yeah.
So this week, a student in a school in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay. Was shot and killed at school after a fight. Like, this is like during school hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So the cops said it was a result of bullying and it was fighting, things like that. What I found kind of bugged was that afterwards they resumed classes.
So they just disregarded this. Had there been a white girl named Sally who had got shot, there wouldn't be school for a week, and then they would have to have trauma. The psychiatrist come through and deal with us, two niggas, and we just gonna move on and have the football game and continue to do the shit we've been doing. Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah, the principal, I think it was the principal, said that the decision to resume classes was about safety. Like, we wanted the kids in school.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Motherfucker gets shot in school.
Killed, yes.
Killed.
Yes.
But we want to keep kids in school.
Yeah.
Where the motherfucker got killed so that they can be safe.
You gotta watch the first episode.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, the first episode of South Park this season, right, was how normal school shootings are. Like, they were in class, and then it's school, and like, it's people shooting in the hallway, and, then
they continue in the
they're trying to talk over the shooting. Like,
wow.
Yo, that's crazy.
But again, here in America, this is some normalized shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she decided, or he decided, just to keep the kids safe where one kid got killed and keep them in the building. Okay. That sounds a little ass backwards to me. I would think I would get them out of the school. Maybe there's another shooter. Maybe we need to be identifying other. Maybe we need to look at the crime scene. Maybe we need to investigate. Maybe these kids, maybe that was one of their best friends. Maybe they need to go home and cry, and grieve to their parents. Right? Okay. All right. Sick shit. Sick shit. You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So this week on Urban X, we have two stories.
Two stories. Urban X.
Yeah, one story is shouting at my boy Janad.
Janad, shout him out.
Shout out my boy Janad. Check him out.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my man.
So he just got the keys to his first apartment. He's moving on Monday.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm really proud of him.
Nigga get a key, nigga get real funny on you and shit. You know
and I'm really proud of him. He's a teacher downtown. He's an English teacher. He can't spell for his life, but he blames the autocorrect on iPhone. I don't know.
Yeah, well, spelling was my shit in school.
I don't know.
Because my boy Chill, he stole the actual teacher's edition to the spelling book. And we would be getting 100. They be like 100 for Dwayne and William. Everybody else got a 70. We be like,
shout out to Uncle Chill.
Yeah, that's how advanced this nigga was. Fuck that. That's still the teacher's edition of the shit. And we just be like, okay.
Instead of just studying.
No, studying. Come on. Why would we do that?
Okay.
And Chill gave the teacher dollar joke. Back in the days, we had some shit called dollar joke.
What's that?
It's a phone number you call and you hear jokes.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
And the teacher asked for his number. I remember Miss York. William, give me your number. I'm going to call your mama. And he gave her 976-1313. And she called that shit. And she came in and, William, you going to give me the number, the dollar joke. We laughed. That's some funny
hilarious,
shit. Yeah, dollar joke.
But shout out to Janad. When he decided, like, yo, I need to get out of mom's crib, he was working hard, like, saving. He was not... It was sometimes we trying to do stuff, he was like, I got to save. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really proud of him. He worked really hard, and that's dope.
And
he's a teacher. He's a black man.
Black teacher. You know, here's the thing: when you get your own, and you're proud of it, you've worked toward it. It's a great feeling. You know what I mean? Yeah. To be like, yo, I finally did it, and now it's gonna give him an opportunity to see how this thing works. This real life shit is real. You know, this ain't no game and shit. Staying at home is a part of your strategic plan to build your money, save. But you don't want to be bringing a shorty over in your mom's. Hey, is that the girl who was here last week? Oh, that's not her. Sorry about that, honey. He has somebody here every week. And then the bed just be boom and boom. I mean, what are he in there doing? God damn it. You know, you don't want that. You want to be able to, and then, with your lady, it gives her an opportunity to play house. Remember I had my own crib at 16 years old. So me and Chill's house parties, hooky parties was crazy. Because, like, you can get in the kitchen and scramble eggs and you ain't got to go home. Because it's just me and Chill. We 16 and shit. We in high school, puffing weed, got our own fucking crib. The rent was like $40 or some shit. Something real crazy, and my mom's had left. And me and Chill was like, yeah, we can pay that. We got jobs and shit. It was really, really crazy. So, shout out to my man teaching a strong black man, right? Mm-hmm. What grade does he teach?
I believe it's 5th grade.
Okay, that's a good grade. Yeah. That's a good grade. Once they get to junior high school, the fucking kids is crazy.
Junior high schoolers are the worst human beings on the planet.
They're the worst.
I'm convinced.
And I'm going to tell you because I used to drive a bus, and the high school kids, they was cool. Them fucking junior high school kids would tear the bus up every week.
Yo,
right? I don't know where they find these fucking junior high school kids from. right? So 5th grade gets them at just before they get there.
Yeah.
And they need to see strong black images of men at that time. I want to commend you. I've met a lot of your friends.
Oh yeah, my friends are dope, man.
And your friends, I gotta clap that up.
My friends are the truth.
I ain't met one friend yet where I go, yo, man, bring that nigga back up in here. I ain't met none of them. They're all doing something, starting businesses, positive. It's an amazing thing that you have some real good friends. I will give you that.
Shout out to you. Shout out to the crew.
You ain't got no waves, but you got some real.
They coming in, man.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. Oh, so me and Eli's bet, right?
Oh, what's your bet? So he's talking about my little brother Eli's podcast.
Because remember, I'm the only one who do 2 podcasts around here a week. I'm the hardest working fucker around here, okay? We're going to put Eli's link in the chat. I haven't talked much about it yet because we're still working out the details. We got a little set. We're trying to virtual reality some things. But we have a bet every year, right? And we bet on all the football games every week. And the loser has to do something. Like, if you remember, I had to...
You got pied.
I got pied in the face. He lost last year. I was going to shave one of his eyebrows.
But you punked out.
I punked out on him.
Yeah.
But now the bet for this year is, and I need you guys to stay tuned, is the loser got to get a George Jefferson haircut. And y'all know what that is. Bald at the top around and hair on the bottom. And I got to come do the show with a George Jefferson, or we going to do his show with a George Jefferson. So that's the bet.
Well, you gonna come on here with the George Jefferson?
I'm going to come on here with the George
man.
Jefferson. Facts.
Man.
It's going to be the future for you. You need to, yeah, this is going to be the future. Yeah, I'm coming on here with the George Jefferson.
I got my mother's hair, man.
You better hope you do. You better hope, because I'm going to put some pictures up of Grandpa. And that nigga got the official George Jefferson. Him and Uncle Willie.
So the second Urban Excellence story of the week is from a woman. She emailed us at urbanx@nyc. She emailed us Dominique Stockman, and she told a story about a hip hop group called Microphone Misfits, who were based out in Chicago, and they were invited to come to China to perform. And, China banned.
Oh yes, China banned hip hop.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But as a result of that, they were invited to China, even though China had banned hip hop.
Yes.
Clap that shit
Clap
up.
that up.
Yes. The Microphone Misfits?
Microphone Misfits, yes.
All right. After the show, let's all go in and find out who they are, because I want to support them. And, the Chinese people, they have... Because hip-hop, the vibration of it, right, has taken over the world. I told you I can go anywhere in the world, and if I speak the language of hip-hop, I can be accepted to certain degrees in certain places. But not all what is called hip-hop today is positive, as we know. Right. So it has... Chinese people like to control their people. You know what I mean?
Communism.
Yes, communism, and this is busting down communistic barriers. I don't think I've said irregardless all day. I said it? Okay. Just want to make sure, Just want to make sure, because one thing about me, I'm a quick learner, you know what I mean? I got my GED. So anyway, Chinese, it's communistic, and, so therefore they like to control the thoughts of the people. Hip-hop has the ability in its rawest, purest form to break down those kind of barriers and allow a universal language of, peace, unity, love, and having fun to vibrate through the people. So shout out the Microphone
Misfits.
Misfits. I'm gonna clap them up again. Yeah.
And I want to remind everybody, if you haven't already heard, we have an Urban Excellence Facebook group. So what I want my vision for this group is, I want everybody to join, and I want people to share their good news. I want people to invite their friends if they know their friends have good news, and I want everybody to be able to celebrate their wins, no matter how big, no matter how small.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we're trying to, push here.
That's what we're trying to push here, because there's so much negativity in the world already. We already know what the government is doing and who's shiesty, but let's celebrate the small victories. You got a promotion. I'm not going to be the one to say, but you ain't supposed to be on that job. No, fuck that. You got a promotion. Celebrate that shit.
So we just
stop with all the nonsense. We can create our reality in our own narrative.
You just seen somebody. This group got invited to China. My man got an apartment. You know what I'm saying? It's two
different but
things,
still wins.
It wins. You know what I'm saying?
When he stick his key in the front door for the first time, he's gonna be proud of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's something he should be proud of. When these guys go to China in spite of the law, that means that they are above the law in a certain kind of sense, or that their music resonates on a frequency so high that even the Chinese people will accept that. Clap that shit.
So, again, you go on Facebook, Urban Excellence.
Urban Excellence, just the way it looks.
That's how it's spelled.
That's how it's spelled, with the X.
You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
So go in, and I don't care if your daughter got her first report card. We want to celebrate
Everything.
and create a vibration of positiveness, because that's the only thing we have in this world, in spite of racism, in spite of discrimination, in spite of whatever, all these other things, and police brutality, because all we got. You know what I mean? So the whole purpose of us starting this platform was just that. Now, I'm going to get up here and talk some shit about you from time to time. That's just who I am. But for the most part, we love you, appreciate the vibes. All right? What's going on in the chat? Who talking shit?
Our internet's connection's fried, except for facts.
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 Because you know what we did? We took 2 steps forward to take 1 step back.
No, it's 1 step back to take 2 steps forward.
Dude, it's who's on first? What's on second?
No,
I don't know who's on third.
Okay, like what? Do that in your mind, right?
I'm going to take 2 steps forward.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to take 1 step back.
You didn't go.
And
no.
I'm
so you
still-
actually went back.
No. Watch this. Watch this. I am here. 1 step, 2 step.
Okay.
And then I take 1 step back. I'm still ahead of the fucking spot I was in.
That's not the same.
Clap
though.
that up.
That's not the same.
Clap that up.
Take
Watch this. This is Malcolm shit. 2 steps back.
No, 1 step back.
1 step back to take 2 steps forward. He's in the same fucking spot I'm in. Clap that shit up. Same spot.
It's just wrong.
Right.
It's just wrong.
Right.
Because it is. Because that saying is supposed to mean like you took a step back to
I'm never taking a step back.
Oh God.
I'm a black man.
That means you thinking about it. You like, okay, I know what we gotta do now. So I take 2 steps forward now.
No, this is what I do. I take 2 steps forward, even if I'm in uncharted territory, and then it's like putting the cart in front of the horse. I do that shit all the time. In our meetings, I'm like, we're gonna do this, and then like, nigga, we don't even have that. No, we'll get it. And then I'll be way out on the limb, and then I'll just ease back to the crowd. Just my thoughts. That's the way I see it. All right, what else we have going on here?
I want people to hear that. That was
Okay, I have a science question that I asked Malcolm, and Eli. And I'm not being funny when I ask this question.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Okay.
I might just be slow. So everybody in the chat, if you have the answer to this, please let me know. All right? Now, the sun is the brightest star in our solar system. Can we agree?
Yes.
We revolving around that. No disrespect to the flat earthers. I'm not going to get into all that, right?
Right.
So I can feel the sun, see the sun, but how come when we go out into space, it's pitch black? That's all I'm asking. Somebody might have the answer to that shit. If this is the brightest star in our universe and we going around it, and then I go into space and it's pitch fucking black, what happened to the sun?
Well, darkness consumes light, right?
Uh-oh, you're going to get metaphysical.
No, I'm just saying, so if darkness consumes light and you're out in space, which is nothing around
Nothingness.
you, it's nothingness.
The vast
there's
nothingness.
There's no light to reflect off of anything.
But when I get back to Earth, I can see it.
Because the sun is reflecting off Earth.
I don't know if that makes much sense.
I think it does.
If it's
Slap that up. No, I think it does.
I don't know.
Slap that up.
If it's the brightest star in the universe, I should be able to see that shit throughout the universe. Because its light will also be reflecting off Mars, Venus.
Those are like millions
Neptune.
of miles away.
Whoa, still. Okay, somebody said some shit. Okay. Man, we got somebody who can break that down. I don't know. Black Dot, you believe in God grabbing you, pulling you out, your vibe, or reminding you of who you are? Yeah, sure. I believe in all that shit.
Janad actually, he wanted to know your thoughts on integration.
Integration. Only thing I like integrated is my coffee. Is Malcolm X said. You know what I'm saying? No, listen. Okay, let's be real.
Okay.
We live in an integrated society now.
Right.
Right? It's no way around it. So I'm a little bit more old school. So my interaction with white people was always of either a teacher or a police officer. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. So because we live in a different time, our children are more susceptible to integrate just in relationship basis with white people. Hip hop has done more for integrated relationships, and I know people don't want to hear this, than Malcolm and Martin them combined. It really has. You know what I'm saying? Because people were unifying over music. You know what I mean? In a way that, and then we let the doors open for everybody to come get involved, Eminem, you know, in hip hop and, you know, all this old kind of stuff. And they kind of felt they grew up and into the culture. The culture itself, the way society is structured, you know what I mean? In Hollywood and this and that. So there's a great interaction between black and white people that us who are in the hood maybe not be ready to accept. You know what I mean? So these kids are integrated. Look, Drake, white mother, white father.
Black father.
Right, whatever.
Yeah.
Bob Marley, Vanilla.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yo, nobody brings that up.
Alicia Keys,
Right.
Vanilla. Colin Kaepernick, Vanilla.
Right.
The list goes on and on and on and on and on. A whole bunch of our black civil rights people who talk that civil rights shit, and they were white people. So there is this is what I do, and I'm just gonna share this with the people in the chat.
What do you think? Do you think it benefited black people?
No, but I think it is a byproduct of the reality we live in. We're on a fucking ball, floating through space, or whatever the case may be. However you see it, we might be on an infinite plane. However the fuck you see it, and society has integrated in levels that a lot of us just don't understand. You know, like my grandmother wouldn't understand that concept because of her relationship with a white man was totally different.
Right.
You know what I mean? So as race relationships change and the youth control that. Now, the white boy's father might be a pure racist, but his son loved hip hop. And in order to love hip hop, he's got to enter into a certain level, and he loves LeBron James. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me and LeBron James is cut from the same cloth. It's just that I became a hand rag and he became a blanket. Clap that up for him.
I don't even know what that means.
Just what I said, son. We cut from the same cloth.
People added like Obama, J. Cole, Don Lemon.
Yeah. The list goes on and on and on. So you can't be selective with your shit.
Right.
This is how I deal with reality. I deal with reality. I don't deal with the way I want things to be or the way things used to be. That doesn't serve me no purpose. I sit in my shit and go, this is what it is, right? Do I want to be on a machine right now to preserve my life? Absolutely not. But this is the reality. I got to get up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and go get a fucking treatment so I can be here talking shit to you. Right?
Yeah.
That's just the reality of the situation. Yeah, what you should have did when you was 12. I can't deal with any of that. So I say all of that to say when what you're doing is based in the way things are, you get a better perception of the truth. My daughter and son are out in the world and they love that fucking pop and alternate music more than they love hip hop. Especially Eli because he be watching all them fucking movies with the superhero characters, and so when he listens to hip hop, he gets it, but he be asking me to sit down and listen to some of his alternative shit. So I have to sit down and appreciate his alternative shit. My daughter goes to school; she's a dancer. She goes to one of those gifted and talented schools, and a lot of kids in there is white. What do you want me to tell you? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It is always my job to make sure she know who she is, but in the real world, this is what it is. So it is what it is. Irregardless of what Black Dot thinks.
You just said irregardless.
Oh, damn it!
You almost put the whole show.
Goddamn, I'm on punishment.
Yeah,
Go ahead, I can't talk. I'm on punishment. I said that shit. I sure did. But y'all know what I mean, right? Right? I ain't, so deal with reality the way it is, and you'll have a better opportunity or better grip on things. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is what my situation is. Now, I can, some kids ain't got no father. You know what I mean? Some kids, I didn't grow up with my father. And my mom's was an intravenous drug user. And I could have been like, that's the perfect opportunity to give up and say, fuck it. But I looked at the situation and said, I'm here, I'm breathing. Shit, this shit feel all right. Let's rock. Right. So, my message of the day, if I want to get deep pop Chopra on your ass again, is to say, deal with reality. Don't be one of these people who say when black people get rid of white people and when we all join forces, it's just never going to happen. Or we need to remember slavery. No, you don't. You don't need to. You need to remember who you are at this specific moment to get the most out of who you are. And I hope that answers your man's question.
Yeah, I think so. That's all.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X. There's some good stuff going on in the chat.
The sun.
Oh, about the sun? All right, let's find it because I want to. Our spectrum is contained with the same firmament dome across this flat plane that they bounce digital signals off via tide towers and underwater fiber optic lines.
He said Wi-Fi towers.
Oh, Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
All right.
That's some deep shit. That's some shit I gotta process.
My head hurts.
Yeah. Facts. Anything else about the sun? Don Lemon, yeah, J. Cole.
He said because somebody mentioned the Beastie Boys memoir, and because I guess Mike D said the same thing about what you were just talking about, going downtown New York City, and he said in the '80s it was very diverse. Yeah, absolutely. In the '80s we had a more of a diverse situation. My daughter was asking me who invented do-rags. Was it Spanish people or black people? And I couldn't answer that question because when I grew up in the 70s, we didn't see Spanish and black as anything but one. We was in the same struggle the whole time. Now everybody is super proud of I'm this and I'm that, and it's very divisive. We just was. Right. You know what I mean? So, it's hard for me to answer that question for. What else we got going on, young man? Oh, this is wild. I don't know if you heard about this.
What, this is wild? What
so two Texas mothers, they had a baby, but they both carried it.
Okay, let Doc process this for a minute. It's 2 months.
Lesbian couple, yes.
Lesbian couple.
Yes.
They have a baby.
Yes, they call it the miracle baby.
But one is not carrying the baby. They both carry the baby.
They both carried the baby at some point, yeah.
Let me try to make sense of this. So one carried the baby for 4 months. And then they cut the other bitch stomach open, threw the baby in, sewed her up, and now she's carrying the baby.
One carried the baby for a few days. It's called reciprocal IVF.
Okay, reciprocal IVF.
So, the egg was placed into one woman, I think for a couple of days, until for 4 days.
For only 4 days.
To the embryo does something, and then they.
It gestated into a certain point. Yeah, then they took it out and inserted it in the other one.
Into the other woman, and they had the baby. Yes.
Yeah. That sounds like some shit white people would do.
It was the first. It was the first operation of its kind.
First operation of its kind. Yeah. That's some weirdo shit. But remember, there are no rules to this shit anymore. They're trying their best to eliminate men. Yeah. All right. So they're saying they don't need you around no more, and they're working behind the scenes to be able to have and carry babies with no dick involved. It's just like we so tired of men and all the stupid shit they've done on the planet, we just gonna eliminate niggas.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a procedure that cost like $20,000.
Okay. I could see a couple of dykes doing that. We don't need no niggas around.
That's not a good term.
That's incorrect.
Is very politically incorrect.
I'm sorry. See, this is what I mean by my age. You could tell with, I apologize. I didn't mean to say that. Yeah.
So the child was born, people. Yeah.
The child is born now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well. Nah, I'm not gonna do nothing. Fucking weirdo babies and shit. Be the ones that shoot up the goddamn mall or something. looking for his father. Where's my dad?
Yeah.
Shit, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Nope.
So,
Not gonna do it.
Kanye West was with that girl, Candace Owens again.
Candace Owens, yeah.
And it was announced that he designed her new line called Blexit.
Blexit, which was Black Exit.
No, yeah, Black. They're leaving like the Democratic Party.
So Black
like,
Exit.
Yeah.
So they're black people are
I
exiting.
remember they had Brexit from the European Union, like the British.
Right.
Brexit. So it came out that he only introduced her to the designers because Kanye all of a sudden has flipped and he doesn't want to be involved with anything political all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And people think it's linked to his sneakers not selling. I think he's
bipolar.
He's bipolar. He said he's bipolar.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for everybody out there, see Kanye came around to the real side. Stop it. He's bipolar. Do you know what the definition of bipolar is? So that means in 2 more weeks, he could come up with some other shit. Stop giving Kanye that energy. Once I process and that you are mentally disabled, I put you in a little box. Not discriminating against the disabled. As you know, I would never do that. But once I deal with you from that perspective, that anything you say now has to be taken with a grain of salt because it could be filled with truth, it could be filled with the altar, it could be filled with so much whether you agree with it or not. So don't feed too much into that because now he snapped out of it and somebody hit him with a flash of light and all of a sudden he's back to...
The fact that he says, I'm awake and...
The fact that you would say that indicates that you still sleep.
Still sleep. So.
You see what I mean? So don't feed too much into that concept. He was rocking, but remember, we told you this whole new woke generation be somebody behind the curtain feeding you
I think it was
buzzword.
Her.
It was her feeding you buzzwords. Because even Kyrie Irving with the flat earth shit, if you had asked him 3 fucking questions about that, he couldn't answer it. But all he knew is the earth is flat, right? But he couldn't scientifically break it down because this is some shit somebody in his woke closet has been feeding them out. Yeah, I see these with these celebrities nowadays. They're coming out and now did you know, motherfucker, I knew that shit 30 years ago. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. So he, again, through his trials and tribulations, he's going through a lot. He has not been the same since his mother passed. Not making excuses. Yeah. I'm just saying people deal with trauma and death differently. Then he latched onto a family. We agreed we wouldn't down his wife, and we won't. He latched onto a family that may have had another agenda going on, who are manipulating, certain things. Jay-Z and his crew kind of distanced themselves from him for other reasons. You know what I mean? And Jay might have had a right to do whatever.
I don't think Jay-Z ever liked him, but
Jay-Z never wanted him to begin with. Remember, Dame Dash is the one that believed in. Yeah. I believe he believed in Kanye's production. He didn't believe in.
This is kind of off topic, but you know how people would say Drake is like the biggest cultural appropriator out there. I think if Jay-Z was able to sing, he would have been Drake.
I can't deny that. I can't deny that.
Because he does that all the time. He does the same thing we accuse Drake of doing. He latches on to the new thing.
He's been doing that. That whole Baphomet, that whole satanic Jay-Z Illuminati thing was just him tuned into the internet and taking full advantage. Now, that's not to say he's not a made man on certain levels in what he's dealing with, but he turned that shit into profit. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole museum. Remember in the video, he's in the museum? He got that shit from Dame Dash. Watching Dame Dash, even though they're not together, because Dame Dash had a series of museums in Manhattan because he was, embedded within the culture. So Jay-Z, the internet gives all of these people access to just find out what's popping. Your man, Fabulous, do this shit all the time. Oh my God. Right?
He just scrolls down Instagram and just says,
what's the latest words buzzing when I kick my rhyme? But that's how his rhyme stays current. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So a part of being on top that long, you have to almost cultural appropriate on your own people.
Yeah, I think that's the only way. way.
That's the only way.
He did a whole album with R. Kelly.
Right, absolutely.
To try to get that
market. And then he did the UGK to get into the South market. He did the Jermaine Dupri to get into that. Yeah. He was gonna do the joint with Biggie just to kind of sew New York up. Yeah. You know what I mean? He did the shit with his wife. That was an easy win. Yeah. So Jay-Z is always looking at ways to keep his brand, and I'm not mad. It just is what it is.
Oh, but back to Kanye.
Back to Kanye. Yeah.
Back to Kanye. What do you think? Because so he said he felt like he was being used to promote a message that he didn't agree with, but what he's been promoting is the same thing, and that aligns with that girl Candace Owens.
It's double talk.
Yeah,
it's a lot of double talk. So now you're saying you don't agree with Trump?
Yeah, right.
Right. So what does that mean? Was Trump using you? Was Candace using you?
What do you think about those college kids, the black kids?
I thought that was a staged event. I thought they took them poor college kids because there was a bunch of them. Rarely do you find that many black kids who are Republicans. Yeah. I think they gave them $300-400 a piece and told them, let's create this little seminar where y'all all go together and y'all all look like y'all for Trump. Don't be surprised, because at the caravan, when the motherfuckers was coming in from, what was that, Mexico or South America? I saw the tape of the dude handing money out. So they're staging these events at the same time. I ain't never seen that many black dudes who can even spell Republican. And they all had their hats on. It just had a bad vibe to me. Just like the black girl who told me she was white. Remember that was the phenomenon this week?
Yeah.
And she was, and it never felt right to me, because that's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Unless you, David Chappelle.
Clinton
Bigsby, at least he was blind and thought he was a white supremacist. She was clearly saying, and I felt she was trolling from the beginning, so I didn't give it any energy. And come to find out,
the sister said
she wanted to be a meme. She's trolling. There's no way you can possibly. So we see a lot of that going on now, and you're gonna see between now and Tuesday. Tuesday is the election, right?
Yes.
So we might get one more.
Something else is gonna happen.
I was gonna say I'm not making a prediction, but there's room this weekend for one more thing to pop off.
Democrats is trying to sow this up.
Right. It's one more a weekend to pop off for you, so you be so frustrated you just be sweating going into the booth and you know what I mean, and whatever it is you do.
Here's the thing though, as much as we flack would give Trump, the one thing he did say that I wholeheartedly agreed with, I'm not gonna lie, was what have the Democrats done for black people?
Again, that was the realest shit he said. He looked you in your face.
Said, what do you got to lose?
And said, like, dude, you've been voting Democrat your whole life. What has it gotten you? He said, yo, give me a chance, bro.
I was like,
what do you have to lose? And technically speaking, you ain't got nothing to lose, because and ain't nothing gonna happen for you that ain't already happened. That was some gangster shit. I was like, if I was voting, I'd be in the booth like, I don't know, I might have to.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not.
Yeah. See,
I just found out my grandmother voted for Trump.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Grandma's gangster.
I just found out. Yeah.
Grandma's gangster.
Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah.
She's like, I like his policies. The shit he's talking is real. But you know, here's the thing. I mean, it is what it is. I can never put my faith in anybody outside of who I am. That's just the way I was built. I won't borrow $5 from a nigga if I feel it's, you know what I mean? I'm just hardwired that way. That's why I don't owe nobody nothing. Nobody can say they did shit for me. That's just the way I'm hardwired. And I'll be damned if I let a white president decide, you know what I mean, what my fate is going to be in this country. Because that's giving too much power to somebody who has no goddamn power. Quiet as kept. Real talk.
Yo, so for the people that, you know, if you subscribe to us on YouTube, we posted a video yesterday on you saying that mumble rap saved hip hop.
I said mumble rap saved hip hop.
And if you watch the video, immediately when it comes on, we explain what he means. And the comments, if you read the comment section, you could tell somebody literally watched the video for a second and clicked off.
And then clicked off.
Not even clicked, they just commented that they don't agree.
Because of the title.
Because of the title.
But had you watched the video, it would have made perfect sense to what I was saying.
And then you would have agreed.
And you would have agreed in most cases. Even if you didn't agree, that's fine, because what I do, and I tell you, even if you call me a big head nigga, I go, hey, well, this platform is open for opinions, and thank you for your support. You know, I'm not gonna fucking get into shit, because I do be like, God damn, your head is big, nigga. No, but what I'm saying is, you know, you gotta stand on your truth, whatever that is.
No, I just think that is a perfect example of emotion outweighing your
over
logic.
intelligence,
yes.
Absolutely. And I'm always talking about,
because literally at the beginning of the video we talk about it and we go in it, and then people is just, oh no, mumble rap is horrible. He agreed.
I agreed. What the fuck? But I was saying because of mumble rap, put brothers and sisters backs against the wall to create the greatest albums over the last 10 goddamn years. Yeah. And without mumble rap, none of that shit would have happened, because everybody would have thought everything was good. Right? When we felt hip-hop was being threatened by the lowest vibration of music is when dudes' pens got real sharp. As a, you know what I'm saying, cause and effect, right? For every action, there is an equal reaction. And that reaction gave us J. Cole, Nas, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Wayne, Planet Asia, RB Beats, Cambada, the Twins, A.A. Rashid, just on some underground shit. Cyrock is getting ready to drop. You name it, your favorite artist has dropped in the last year and a half. Black Thought. The list goes on. Rhapsody. I think, yeah. All of these people, and none of it was mumble rap. Yeah. That was the way we stamped out mumble rap. Right? But without mumble rap making you think that what you love so much was being threatened, everything would have been as stagnant as it was. For those who are thinkers, go back to the time before mumble rap and tell me what state hip hop was in. Niggas wasn't doing shit. Same old records, the same old bullshit, and mumble rap showed up, right?
Had people harmonizing, had producers doing crazy stuff.
What the fuck is this? And we still keep some of the vibration of the mumble rap shit now. Right. Because the harmonizing and the melodic melodies and all of that is a direct result of mumble rap. And harmonizing has been around since the beginning of hip hop. That's what the Cold Crush was famous off. And them groups in the 80s. Harmonizing. Right? And before mumble rap, it was trap rap. Right. And before trap rap, it was gangster rap. Yeah. And before gangster rap, it was happy rap, or whatever the case may be, because even that time before the boom bap, at the end of the boom bap, when Dr. Dre came out with Rolling Down the Streets and all that Snoop, that was different.
Right.
And then Diddy just got real funky with the shit and just took the vocals off your favorite records and rapped on them shits. Right? That wasn't a progressive state in fucking hip hop. So don't talk to me about that shit. That was a moment in time that I felt need to happen. That mumble rap shit needed to happen so that we will no longer allow, bullshit to come and permeate through what we do. Now, I'm a ultra deep thinker in certain aspects, so I do understand the origins of mumble rap. Right. I do understand the science of it. I do understand that gibberish is closer to my native language than English.
Ooh, clap that up.
Clap that shit up. Say what the fuck you want to say. What the fuck is English? And the fact that you have perfected English just means you have perfected the captor's language, you dumbass. So gibberish is a whole nother vibration of shit that's closer to my more native tongue.
You know what's crazy too? Like the actual term mumble rap, when people use it and they say, I don't understand what they're saying. Well, name a song that you don't understand what they're talking about. You understand what they're talking about.
Listen, Shabba Ranks, I like Shabba Ranks. I don't never know what the fuck Shabba Ranks is talking about. Yeah. I don't know what but that shit is dope. I can rock with it because I feel the vibration. I feel the energy. James Brown, right? What the fuck was James talking about? When he hit that spirit, he might have been singing and then he hit that spirit. What are they talking in church?
Oh, somebody asked, do you think Bone Thugs and Harmony was mumble rap?
Yes, to a certain degree.
That's a great question.
I also made a statement.
Shout out to Lesky Feet. That was a great question.
Great question. I also made a statement that old school rappers or new school rappers should connect with old school rappers. Yeah. I think Drake and
Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane would be a dope collabo. I think Kendrick Lamar and Rakim would be dope. I think J. Cole and Nas would be dope. I think Migos and Bone Thugs and Harmony would be dope. You understand? Yeah. So music just kind of, you know what I mean? Repeats itself. So these certain, and it would bridge those audiences and those gaps. These young people would get to know who Bone Thugs is, who's basically the father of this Migos shit. You know what I'm saying? To a certain degree. Yeah. So it just goes on and on.
And then somebody mentioned that, because after you mentioned that, then Styles P and then Dave East, they did it.
Styles P and Dave East, dope album. Yeah. Dope album, right? And that's Dave East saying, I recognize Styles P's game and how he put it down, and I would like to reach out to somebody who inspired me and get that done. Right?
Right.
So, yeah. They need to bridge those gaps. And then, mumble rap will be a footnote, an asterisk into, the evolution of the culture.
Somebody said Pete Rock coined the term mumble rap. The first time I heard the term mumble rap...
And Black Thought did a song, too. I forget which one, and he mumbled through the whole fucking song.
Oh, wow.
So, we have this, and y'all, what the fuck was Busta talking about? But it was dope. Right? Bum stiddly, baha. That's the facts. What the fuck is that? Dope. That's what it is. So we had pockets of inaudible shit because we understand, rooted deep within us, English is not our language. We bend it and twist it, and E40 do whatever he fucking want with the language. And he make you adjust to him. He don't adjust to you, you dig? So he may say some smooth shit, and I don't know what the fuck E40 talking about, but I did, bro. So don't tell me because English is the standard language of the colonizer that our music must be based in English. That's what made jazz and bebop and scat so fucking that's what made that shit so real, right? Jazz is the instrument where words is not really needed when you played your instrument in place of words, right? So it's so many different levels, if you want to talk to me about this, that we can really, really take this to. You know what I mean? So mumble rap was just a snapshot of, again, that this generation and how they operate and do things. That does not mean that they're not on lean and all of that other stuff. When they go to record, that's what they come out with. You know what I mean? It's sort of like a baby being frustrated, trying to tell you some shit, but it's in the language of goo goo gaga. Now, the baby knows clearly what it wants to say, but it has not been, the language has not been downloaded where it can convey its message, and the baby is frustrated, right? And then what do? You goo goo gaga back with the fucking baby, and he's looking at you like you're a fucking moron. I'm not saying goo goo gaga. It's coming out as goo goo gaga. So when we start talking about mumble rap or the terms used to talk about shit that you don't understand, just say you don't understand it. But don't tell me that music that they're using ain't dope. Yeah. And a lot of these mumble rappers are all using original music. So that whole boom bap is the era of sampling. I'm not against that. But that's somebody else's creation. Sure, you as an alchemist, you flip it and twist it, and I get that. But these mumble rappers were all using original compositions. From the music to the drum patterns to their fucking language. Yeah. And we missed the point because we wanted to feel so good that we were so much better than them because their shit was of a low vibration.
And the first time I heard the term mumble rap, I'm not lying to you, I think somebody was interviewing Loaded Lux on his battle against Calico. And I don't know if you remember that battle. He was rapping fast. He was slowed down. And sometimes you could catch what he's saying,
but sometimes you couldn't. Right.
And that's when Sue Surf was actually tweeting during the battle, and he was just like, "Yo, he's mumbling, but I could tell he's killing right now." Right. And that's the first time I heard the term mumble rap.
And then I also made the comment, like, as an artist, you might not have the words to a song, but you have the cadence already. You hear a beat and go, "Oh shit, hold that, do that, bah." Right? And then when you get home or whatever, you then replace that with the words, but that's all choreographed. Yeah. Right? If I'm on lean and that other shit, I just go into the booth and spontaneously, straight from the Astro Run, whatever come out my mouth, that's a take.
That's what Lil Wayne did, but we're not gonna talk about that. We'll let his
On
album.
Uproar?
Yeah.
No, he said, where the love go? Where the ones go?
No,
5, 4, 3,
we're gonna have
2,
a real
let the ones
conversation
go.
about that album next year. Not right now. We're gonna let his album eat.
I could never do the Harlem Shake because I think
Gee.
it's the old person Harlem Shake. I probably got to be high.
like you having a
I'm looking
seizure.
like a fucking woman now. I got my shoulders moving. They like, nigga, that's some bitch shit right there. Anyway, young people, y'all doing that. I seen the reemergence of the Harlem Shake is crazy. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that soon. Oh.
Should I this?
Yeah, go ahead.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So Trump said he wants to, in an interview, he said he wants to put an end to the birthright citizenship. That means if your parents if you have immigrant parents, you come here and they have you.
Then you're not really a citizen.
Yeah, he's trying to get rid of that.
Okay, so what about his children? Wasn't his wife?
Well, I guess
Was she a citizen?
I believe she was a citizen. I don't know how that works.
Was she?
Probably. I don't know.
Because he don't date no American women.
Nah, I think Ivana was.
Ivana. Does that sound American? Ivana Trump. Melanie Ivana. What's his wife's name now? I always fuck her name up.
Melania.
And that's bad because she's that just goes to show you her disposition as the first lady. I don't even know her name.
Yeah.
Right? I know Michelle's name because that shit sound like from around the way. My name is Michelle, nigga.
But I think him talking about that was just another roundabout way to get people to vote.
Absolutely. These are trigger terms he's using because he know that goddamn right. If you weren't born in this country, he's playing and festering on them trailer park white folks to get them to go out, to keep him in term so he can complete his work. Because they don't want that house going back over to the Democratic side.
He said, because somebody told him, like, that's impossible because it's in the Constitution.
Right. Then he said some slick shit.
He was like, nah, they told me I can do it in the executive
Who
order.
the fuck is they? Yeah. They told him he could do this shit. So that goes to let you know somebody in this thing, nigga, ear.
Yeah.
You know you could do that.
And then Paul Ryan, who's a speaker at the House, said he obviously can't do that. Then he tweeted at him, like, started subtweeting him.
Yeah, like, dude, are you fucking crazy?
Yeah.
So, again, this is a big circus. This is a big show.
But imagine he does do it. Because, like, again, they have the House, right?
Right.
So imagine he does it and, like, because nobody's checking him on anything. Because he's literally doing whatever he wants.
Facts.
So, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's ill.
I don't know. This is some ill. These are some ill times we live in, man.
That's ill.
And Trump is challenging all that shit. He challenging all that shit. He's saying, fuck it. Let's try it. Who said we can't do that? Let's try that shit. What's going on in the chat?
You have any questions in the chat?
Any questions? I like E42 Chains, BG, and MCs.
Is Young Thug mumble rap? Yeah.
Yeah, he got that. But that shit he had out with T.I.
All About the Money.
All About the Money. That shit was crazy. How little hip hop. I'm a little hip hop. I ain't gonna lie. I said this shit is hot. Right? So, but in its perspective, right? So, why they, the Terminator, win the election? Yeah, the Terminator did win the election. He sure did.
Yeah.
MC lyricists, rappers are different entities. Peace to the generation and keep the culture authentic. I have no problem with keeping the culture authentic, but young people have to have the opportunity to express their creativity how they see fit. As long as we, the elders, oversee the culture and see, because there's no unity between the young and the old,
And,
the young are running amok and the old are pointing fingers and mad at them. When we should when you give your kids a chance to go out and play, you watch them, but you let them fucking run around and play.
I don't think people realize when you tell somebody that the way they're trying to be creative is wrong, all that does is cause me to fight you and me to go,
and how
Tupac
can
is
you,
trash. And then you mad that I said Tupac is trash.
Right, because now you in your feelings.
Yeah.
How can you tell somebody the way they create is wrong?
Yeah.
That's like an oxymoron. Creation is what it is. And like I said, you let your kids run out and play, and then when it get darker, now we have to go. So you monitor and you stay on top of it. But I do not want to hear nothing but boom bap in 2018, because that means that the culture did not grow. And the formula is the same. You put on a beat and a nigga rhymes. How is that fucking creative? The mumble rap shit is creative because it's different. It's breaking from the mold, whether you're willing to admit that shit or not.
Yeah.
But having, and that's what I said about J. Cole, and people got mad. I wasn't saying he wasn't a dope MC, but he didn't challenge the grid. He did nothing in the simulation that forced a new form of algorithms to appear. That mumble rap algorithms is going all over the place because it needed to identify what the fuck is this. We have no true reference point. We have snippets of it, so we have to go back into the data bank and look at the James Brown and look at all that old kind of shit from the Rapping Duke. But when you are rhyming or living your life in the same way you've been living it with no deviation, you become the architect of your own fucking reality, and you keep having the same experiences, reliving the same shit over and over. You know you hate that fucking job you go to, but you ain't doing nothing different to get out of it, right? You know you hate whatever this is, but you keep doing the same fucking. You know you should be out of that relationship, but you keep recycling the same experiences, and then you blame it on white people, or blame it on the fucking the system. So hip hop is supposed to grow, right? I do not want to hear boom bap in 2018 like as its totality. I don't mind hearing some dope ass boom bap. I like that, but I want to hear the growth. I want to hear the expansion. I want to hear some ideas that just didn't work.
Yeah.
Mumble rap might be just a period that just didn't work, but they was trying it. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things are part of the creative process. If you do the same shit J. Cole did, how the fuck is that creative? Right? J. Cole is doing the same thing Rakim did. How the fuck is that creative? Rakim is doing the same thing Grandmaster Caz did. How the fuck is that creative? Right? Doesn't mean these MCs I mentioned ain't dope. These are my favorite MCs. Right? They're dope in their own right. But if you rhyming words together in English over a beat, it's the same fucking concept. Now, the styles began to change. Thank you for that cash. Preach. Whoa.
Whoa. Tap at the West.
Tap at the West.
We appreciate you.
I gotta come massage your feet. Shit, goddamn. All right. Appreciate the support. So, but you understand my point? So yeah, the rhyme, the double and triple entendres, and the complexity of the language expands certain aspects of it. I'm not gonna deny that. But at the end of the day, you're rhyming in English. So somebody get at me.
Somebody asked about Vlad again. Do we think AR set him, or do you think Vlad set up AR? I do not. AR had the opportunity to not answer any of those questions.
That's my point. This is what I mean by this is a vehicle. When you go on Vlad's show, you should know what you're going to answer. Don't try to make yourself seem bigger than you are. How you going to tell? And this is just from the AR perspective. You took over your man's plug.
Yeah, you took over. Yeah, my plug gave me his.
My plug, father died and he gave me his. He gave you what?
Yeah.
If I'm his manager, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, especially if I know you're still doing it.
Right, especially if I know that you're still doing it. You know what I mean? If you listen to the mobsters, I'm in the business of distribution now, Your Honor. I no longer sell the dope. I run a construction company. Yeah. No, that just means you're selling dope out of the construction company. Clap that shit up. But we get on Vlad TV and we want to paint this narrative of things to make us seem bigger than we are, and real gangsters move in silence.
But what I've noticed, dude, people love to talk about themselves.
But you think so?
Love to talk
just like
about
women
themselves.
like to snap pictures of their ass in this day and time. So for the women, it's the gram showing pictures of their ass, and for the fellas, it's talking about all the shit I did and all the shootouts I was in.
Yeah.
And dude, really?
Yeah.
And like I said, real gangsters always move in silence. You don't know who the real gangsters is until it's too late. You know what I mean? And hip hop has created this shit where we tell these amazing stories about shit. And what you're doing is the feds now, they're not in the field. They get a cup of coffee, they log in. Jay Smith at so and so and so, and then they on the fucking timeline with everybody else, and then they send the boys to come pick your ass up or put you under investigation.
Or they just wait for something to happen.
wait for something to happen. They might be inciting shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All at the same time. When can I get something, son? This and that. You don't know who these people
Fact.
are.
Yo, I get these friend requests on Facebook from like white girls from like Texas. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
you're
yo,
like,
I'm
get
not
the fuck out of
stupid.
here. Nah.
Get out of my face, officer.
I don't even give a fuck if you black. If you only know 9 people, and I say I don't really know those 9 people,
Facts. It's fact.
it ain't popping. Sorry, no disrespect. And then sometime I look at somebody's picture and say, I think this person probably just found out who Black Dot was. I bring him in. You know.
What you think about Hillary saying they all look? She's joking like they all look alike.
Yeah, she made a statement that all black people look alike.
So it was because
put it in context.
The person the person who was interviewing her, brought up comments that were made by Eric Holder, who said when they go low, we go high. Or
something, yeah.
You know
One of the little catchy sayings and shit.
And the person who so she accredited that statement to Cory Booker. The person who actually said was Eric Holder, and she goes, and then Hillary said, "I know they all look alike."
Right.
Everybody laughed.
Yeah, that was that's like saying I got hot sauce in my bag. It's the same shit. She was running for presidency, and they say, "Tell us one thing that you would have in your bag."
Yo, you know what I was thinking about the other day? The fact that they asked that question,
meaning that was the setup.
Yeah.
They knew that she was gonna say this shit.
No, it makes it even worse.
That makes it even worse. Like, why the fuck would you ask a presidential candidate?
What does she have in her
bag? Does she have in her bag that may surprise some of us? And she didn't say, I have the plans here to clean up the neighborhood. Yeah. I have documents that say, she said hot sauce on you niggas.
And y'all threw her a concert.
And y'all threw her a fucking concert. So she feels her husband is black. Bill, so she feels she can get away with that shit. So I'm not surprised. Yeah. I'm not surprised. And then again, she doesn't have to discuss policy with black people. She can give black people a concert. All right? And Mary J. Blige can come out and sing. And Jay-Z and Beyonce and all of them can come out and give you niggas a concert. Because we don't have to discuss policy with you. I kept hot sauce on my back. All you niggas look alike. Mary can't sing. Fuck Jay-Z and Beyonce. Basically what she said. That's basically what she said. You know what I mean?
You black Giselle.
Yeah. That's what she said. So where we at? We out?
We got any more questions? Because we might be out of here, man.
Hillary is a social broker. Facts. Not gonna deny that. Yep.
So don't forget to add us on Instagram and Twitter at urbanx_NYC. Don't forget to go to the blog at www.urbanx.nyc.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some stuff up there soon. Real soon.
Stay tuned.
And don't forget to add the Urban Excellence page on Facebook.
Yeah, please go to Facebook.
Yeah.
I know, young people don't go there no more because now old people are there and shit.
Yeah,
putting up pictures of the cats and shit.
Yeah, they take over.
They take all that shit over. So, but still go there because it is a platform.
And then we're trying to build a community for the Urban Excellence.
Yeah, we're trying to build a community and tell these amazing stories. And with that being said,
Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban Excellence, surprise. product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't tryna go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work.